Okay. 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 We still in this thing. I'm looking around. I ain't seeing nobody come through yet. Either we been shadow banned and they done banished our channels. Or we just need to hang out for a minute and let some more people come through for a second. I think before we really get warmed up with it tonight, I can let that theme song rock one more time. I do like that joint. I hope all the returning watchers, hey, my boy Tony, what up with it though? My returning viewers, I hope you guys appreciate the new background we got here at the intergalactic space station. We got a new background. You see, we orbiting a new galaxy this week. A little update just to keep things fresh around here. Want to see something a little different this week. What's good with it, Tony? I was about to say, man, I'm going to let this theme song rock one more time before we jump into it. See if we get some more people to fall into the chat, man. I appreciate you coming through tonight, Tony, man. What's good with it? Tell me what's happening over on your side, man. Hey, just set up the new PC. That's hard. All right, all right, all right. It's your boy Mexico, coast to coast, here with another episode. Let's agree to disagree tonight. I'm here with my boy Cosmo. He chilling in the back, doing what he do, playing the beats every now and then. He can do a little something like this if you give it a spin. Oh, hold on. My boy not loaded up tonight. Oh, I knew I should have tested that before I went live, but I was like, that's cool. It'll be there. Hold on. Cosmo not loaded up. What about this one? Let me check this one.
Style not found.
I guess that kind of works. Anyways, we here again. Week number 5. Interesting enough, on the first month of the calendar year, we got 5 Thursdays. This is episode number 5. We go live every Thursday night. And after 5 times of this, I don't know. I think we're starting to just get a little groove here, start to figure out what's going on, what works about this format, what I want to improve on and change still. There's definitely a lot of things that I feel like we can do better and improve on, but it's fun to be here actually. And man, it's just funny. The first month of the year is already pretty much over with. We only get 12 of these things before the next year pop up, and the first out of 12 is just about over with. But it's cool. I think I like the rhythm of having a weekly show. It kind of give you just enough time to reset and regather your thoughts and then come back and see what's up with it again. Open the signal up and let the transmission flow. Yeah. So what we talking about this week? If we jump right into it, if you saw the title, we're talking about money this week. And specifically, is making money getting easier or emptier? Another version of this I was thinking about going before we went live. I was thinking about easier or meaningless. Because I've been seeing a lot of strange things, especially in this last week while I'm like trying to figure out, especially like what I'm doing and how I want to do it and what we going to make it look like when we monetize it and all of that. A lot of strange things going on. Like I saw one thing where like this guy, he makes money off of just having like a video of a fireplace going. Millions of views, millions of dollars, and ad revenue generated. It's just a picture. It's just a video of a fireplace. People actually take the time to like try to figure out how to make interesting content, figure out camera angles, figure out lighting and microphones and stuff. You ain't even got to do all that. You could just post a video of a fireplace and you get rich off of that, apparently. Strange times. And again, for me, while I'm still trying to figure out what I really want to do to make a bigger financial move in this world, is like, how do I really tie the idea of value to what I'm doing when like the models for understanding and making money and how money works are all crumbling away right in front of your face in real time. Here in 2026 is a very interesting feeling. I found an interesting video that I kind of want to bounce off of this week that I think we'll get started with, and then we'll see where the conversation goes from there. Let me see if I bring the TV in here. Let's see. We got the TV, and then what I want to show you on the TV. Let me go to the right channel. All right. We're going to check this out this week. I thought this was pretty interesting. Here we got a video titled, "Making Money No Longer Makes Sense," which is a funny title if you are into puns. Maybe he didn't intend that pun. But we're gonna get off into this, and then it's a 18-minute video. I don't think we got to watch the whole 18 minutes to get the point across, but I do think he makes a very interesting point here. This is from Paulie Walnuts on the tube. Check the homie out if you dig the content. Fair use, again, presenting this to you and as a form of education and critique. We're doing our kind of thing here, doing a quick review of this video from the boy Paulie Walnuts. Let's check it out.
So at the same time that Harvard grads can't land entry-level jobs, there's a kid in a Cambodian village making six figures taking clips from a live stream and posting them onto Twitter. Is that not insane? But what's even more insane is when that Harvard kid does land a job, how many years will they have to work to make the same amount of money that this guy did posting a video of a fireplace to YouTube? The way wealth is created these days is almost funny at this point. It'd be one thing if kids were just getting rich from the internet, but it's a whole nother thing when the traditional ways to get money aren't working anymore. So I want to talk about that, the old, but more importantly, the new, and how we can get involved in that. So the go to college method basically got patched. Forever college has been this big ass gatekeep on wealth, and for me, I'm not gonna lie, I was 18 when I went to college, but I had the emotional intelligence and the maturity of about a 13-year-old. So I botched it. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life going in, and somehow even less of an idea coming out. But everyone knows if you're blessed enough to
I can relate to that feeling. Going into college, we're not really sure what you're gonna do, and then even more so on the way out. I can relate to that. But it is funny, like you said, the traditional ways of making money have been patched. Like, man, that used to be the ticket, huh? You just go to school, get a degree. Not that those things don't work anymore, but damn, like I scroll through TikTok from time to time, and I be seeing people with 1,000 people in they live, and they all giving gifts, and they all liking and sharing, and you see all this stuff flashing across the screen, and it's them doing the most like silly or simplest thing. Like, what the heck is going on? And there's a generational divide. That's a good point too, because like the way kids view this whole situation is shifting too. I think my guy actually gets into that point. If I let this video roll a little bit longer, I got caught off guard thinking about college again. I was like, dang, that's crazy, because that was supposed to be the ticket though, huh? Not to say like if you still doing like, the big traditional things, like going to be like a neurosurgeon, like, yeah, you should definitely still go to college for that. Uh I was going to college studying music. Like, you could do that if you really want to, I guess. Anyways, I'm gonna watch this video. We're gonna let the video play some more.
be able to go to college, you go. So you can get that entry level job that then makes that tuition worth it. You grind your way up. That's been the path for years, and it still is, but that path is no longer certain. It's no longer a layup. Software engineering, accounting, marketing, finance, the jobs college kids historically take are becoming automated, are becoming devalued. The fat is being trimmed, and that's why the stock market just keeps.
I mean, think about this. This is another level of just the conversation of value. Like, this dude, he on the video he posted just 7 hours ago already got 27,000 views on this, and he didn't even like put no effort into making a real visual. This is just some video of him playing Call of Duty. If that's even him, he probably just got some footage of somebody else playing Call of Duty just as easy. As just interesting how you can really like. That's why I say, is it easier or is it meaningless? Because not that D Solani sending the gifts there. I really appreciate that. Shout out to D Solani. I appreciate that. Thinking about it, like, if anything can have meaning, or if we can like shift the idea of what we find meaningful, all this stuff is pretty much meaningless until we give it meaning. It's just funny how that works. Like, as far as like creating a quality video on YouTube that's supposed to be like a good stimulating visual. Like, this dude just made a video that's a Call of Duty. Like,
Showing up,
anyway.
despite how bad the economy feels. So now, all of a sudden, before we even get to the internet money, the jobs that can't be automated are becoming more valuable than the corporate jobs you go to college for because they actually provide value. Fixing shit. AI can't fix a dishwasher yet, or pipes. It can't drive a truck. But this generation is still in this weird spot where not going to college is crazy if you can, right? So a lot of heads are going to college just to go for the college experience, which, I know in America this is a crazy take. I didn't love it, to be honest. Like, COVID happened right in the middle of mine. I did have some fun, but overall, it wasn't like this amazing thing that put me in a spot to win. I finished college. I think about the skills that I learned. Bro, like, what skills did my ass get in college? Like, all right, I can guzzle beers now. The college model is getting more and more outdated. I mean, think about it. Someone is in college right now learning how to use Excel. But hey, I got my degree, my
That's kind of funny if you think about it. Somebody in college right now learning how to use Excel. That's crazy. Not that like that's a completely useless skill, but man, like where we place value is shifting so fast. It's hard to place value. Like, how do you really decide which skills are going to be valuable in the next 5 years, in the next 10 years? I mean, there's a part of me that at the very least thinks like being able to host a cool late night talk show and have conversations with people, that'll be valuable for the next couple years. But after that, I don't know, man. And is the investment yielding the same rewards? Oh, you right, because like you could spend that much time like going to college and getting a degree, or you could like spend half that much time on making a silly video on TikTok. Here we go.
my little Excel skills, my little business management skills, and I got lucky enough to land an entry level corporate job. And it's funny I say lucky enough as if it wasn't the darkest, worst, lowest point of my life, but this was the path. This is where it felt like everyone was pointing to. And if you're like me, you weren't asking any questions, you were barely paying attention, this is where you'll end up. Little did I know, they were pointing my ass in the wrong direction. Because when I looked forward, it's like, okay, if I trade away my 20s, I'll get a decent enough salary in my 30s. And if this job still exists by then, I'll be able to survive and make a decent enough living. Not enough to be free, not even close, but enough to survive. That's the path of certainty and has been for probably, 50 years at this point. The problem is that path itself isn't even certain anymore. Like I said earlier, a ton of the corporate slop is starting to get cut. And the way corporate America evolved is just crazy, man. It's like a cancer. It just keeps growing and growing. And I think we're finally reaching the stages where it can't continue to grow. Like, I was in the bank yesterday. There was a table. It had construction tape all over it. There was this sign that said,
Business Solutions Planning in-person demo experience coming soon.
I literally had to write it down. I couldn't believe it. I look at something like that and I'm in this shitty little bank and I think about how probably 10 people making 6 figures a year probably worked on this quote project for like a few months, even though nobody asked for it, nobody's going to use it, and nobody even knows what it means. These are signs of the old path starting to disappear. And I want to be clear. It's like, if you have one of these corporate jobs, I'm not saying that's bad at all. Not even close, actually. Hold on to it and keep cashing those checks. But these are signs of the old career path not changing with the times. While at the same time, some high school kid made a Fortnite map on his computer that is now generating hundreds of thousands of dollars of straight profit.
That's crazy. Corporate slot versus like AI slot. No, that's interesting because like that idea of AI slot, like, yeah, you put that in the hands of the corporations and now we got all of these different AI implementations at the corporate level that don't really help, that don't really improve the workplace or make the job any easier for their employees. It's just like all of these different things that get in the way and make the job worse and more annoying, having to deal with all of these like AI tools that don't really work, or AI tools that just make things worse than they're supposed to be. That is a pattern you see popping up. But then at the same time, like where I stopped it, he talked about like, imagine that just being able to be oh wait, I put my computer to sleep. These kids make a map on Fortnite that generates, you know, career kind of money. Like, why we sitting here having this conversation? Why we not playing Fortnite right now? We could be making money doing that. Is that what we should be getting from this video? I don't really like Fortnite. I played it a couple times. It's not really my kind of game, to be honest with you.
Chud made $3.8 million this year from a Roblox map that he made for fun. And it's like, wait, you guys didn't even have to suffer for this. It's the same with investing and crypto. It's like, I thought the whole thing was that we have to suffer to make that kind of money. And here people are making more than the kid who just graduated and just got hired at JP Morgan. He's about to work 80-hour work weeks and he's getting out earned by a chud on Roblox. So the idea of the things that we have to do to make money starts to get a little blurry. When the people working the hardest using the old method have less money than the people barely working at all using the new one, you start asking questions. Because if you don't, you can end up doing everything that you were, quote, supposed to and end up in a worse spot than some kid who pressed a few buttons the right way. So the internet, despite all the terrible things that it's done, has leveled the playing field. Now, if you have a phone, you have a path to wealth. It doesn't mean that, that path is clear or easy, but shit, at least it's there. It won't be forever. Back in the day, our parents didn't see generational amounts of money as something that could be made. I mean, you could buy a plot of land, be like, yo, holy shit, there's oil on my land. You could win the lottery like that. That was really the only way to come up on a crazy bag out of nowhere. But now we see what feels like every day generational amounts of money being made in minutes. And it's why I think it's important to take some of the advice that people who didn't grow up with the internet give you, especially career advice, with a grain of salt, right? A lot of advice is timeless. I'm a big believer in doing the shit that humans have been doing for centuries as opposed to like the shit that just came out a couple years ago. I keep telling the bros, if we want to survive, we got to just keep doing the shit they've been doing, whether that's reading.
And that's funny too. That made me think about how fast the time's been changing. Like again, these kids who like getting this money from streaming and stuff, they living in a completely different world than what old people what old people could even recognize. Like there's this clip of Rakai, the streamer, this dude, he be acting out, he be wilding and like, he be a little out of control sometimes. So like I figured they tried to do like some kind of scare straight program with him. And they had this like dude who was like a prison motivational speaker or whatever. And he was like getting all up in his face, like, if you don't take this serious, this could be your life. That boy, Rakai was looking at him. He looked him dead in his eye. He was like, I don't give a about none of you talking about. And like, and what you gonna do with this dude, man? Like he is literally living in a whole nother world. Like the kind of money that he's been able to touch before he's even turned 21 is crazy. Just being a kid, streaming and living life and having fun on the TV. Crazy times. How would you really give a person like Rakai any real like life advice? Like what in your life experience is relatable to what he's experienced? A dude making crazy money. So yeah, that video goes on. I don't think I really want to sit here and watch that whole video, but that just to kind of set the stage with that, like, man, the idea of what we had of what making money means or how hard you should work to make a certain amount of money. You don't know who Rakai is? He's popular with the kids. The young all the youngsters know who Rakai is, and millions of views, millions of followers, and he's in that space now where like as a kid, like he's still making millions of dollars. I say as a kid, like compared to me, like what I think he's over 18, but like I said, I don't think he's quite 21 yet. So is making money easier or emptier? I mean, it could be some level of both, but I mean, what I'm thinking about, what I'm feeling like, man, yeah, like Kai Cenat, he like one of Kai Cenat's little prodigies, if you want to think about it like that. Let me see if I can find his a clip of him real quick. I'll pull it up if I can find it here real quick. Let me see. I think I found it. Here we go. I'll play this for you real quick. Uh Now Rakai and Kai Cenat, those is two different people. Let me pull it up real quick. Check this kid out, man. He's funny.
You're cursing at teachers, you're throwing food at people, you're vaping, you're cursing, and you have a privileged lifestyle. You blessed, little bro.
Sir, I want you to look at my face. You see, do I give a Yo, I built this shit. It's a lifestyle, nigga. Yeah.
That tells me
Yeah.
just who you are. You're cursing at teachers, you're throwing food at people, you're vaping.
He meant that. He meant that. He's like, I built this life. Like I do this, you know. I'm the kid that make these millions of dollars off of being the guy who get on stream and make people laugh. But I don't know. There is something that's charming about Rakai. I want him to have a successful career and, you know, do his thing. Yeah, well, there's that part too. A lot of the way that it's a forced innovation. You know, these kids had to figure out new ways to make it work, as like the old ones are falling away. Like the guy in the video mentioned that too, how like, you know, that was the promise. Like you could go to college and you could do your thing for 4 years and you could get out of there and you could have a pathway to make some money that makes sense. But with that falling away, it's like, what do you really do? I'm still trying to figure out how I could make a cool TikTok live that generates some money. Because right now I'm just hanging out with some cool people and, you know, having a little conversation here. But man, like, I want one of them lives where you ain't even got to do nothing. You just sit there and like, it'd be like a video of like some marbles rolling around. And people be like in the chat betting on which marble they think gonna make it to the finish line first. I want one of those. Like, I mean, it's cool. I like having let's agree to disagree tonight where we can kind of sit together and philosophize and think about the universe. That's cool, right? But like, man, Marble Dude getting paid. I want to be like Marble Dude. What I got to do to figure out that? I'm trying to think like, man, what could I do? Like, I don't know. I got Rubik's cubes. Maybe if I just like had a like video like me like twisting Rubik's cubes. I don't know. Maybe I'll come up with something good. Slinky down the stairs, man. Like, yeah, that's what I should do. I'm gonna get some slinkies and we just gonna have a live stream of slinkies rolling down the stairs. That should do it. That should get us some money. Y'all like my Kendrick Lamar Rubik's Cube? Can y'all see this on camera? Each side of the Rubik's Cube is another one of Kendrick Lamar's albums. Check that out. See, we could just have a live stream where I like sit and we could listen to Kendrick Lamar songs, and we could just twist the Kendrick Lamar Rubik's Cube. I wonder how many views, how many gifts in the chat will we get for that. All right. We've been here for a minute. It's already past the 30-minute mark, man. That went fast. I like I said, I ain't really mean to be here that long, actually. We already passed the 30-minute mark. I feel like we're gonna switch up for just a second. We're gonna go to a quick commercial break and take the temperature of the room and see what's up before we close it out. Here we go. Quick commercial break.
In an increasingly complex world, people are finding new ways to stay balanced. Personal cloud is now part of the environment, available everywhere the future is already happening.
Personal Cloud helps you retrieve what matters. For access, contact your IT department. Availability subject to reality.
So yeah, it is what it is. Here at Let's Agree to Disagree tonight. I think we're going to get ready to go ahead and wrap it up there. That's about how much of that conversation I think I want to have tonight. We might get some more transmissions before the week is over. You know, this is just episode 5. We might get a 5.1 or a 5.2 if I could think of something more interesting before then. But I think that's one of the fun things about this show. Because before we even gotta get to what is an answer to the question, maybe it ain't really no answer that we gotta settle on tonight. Maybe we can sit with that question and really think about it for a week. Is it getting easier or is it just getting emptier? And shoot, even if it is empty, what do I gotta do to get me a piece of that empty money? I'll take some of that too. It's over already. Yeah, we've been going for a half hour. It's already past the half hour mark. And, I don't want to overstay my welcome. But again, that's also, motivation to come back for another intra-weekly episode. Or, before the week is over. I don't know what the word for that is. Just told my sons. Well, hey, my boy Jordan. Well, before you leave, Jordan, we are going to play the theme song one more time just so you can get a taste of what that's like and get a feel for what the vibe around here is like. One more time before we go for the night. Let's hit the theme song. Let's do it. All right, that's gonna do it for this week. Let's agree to disagree tonight. Do we agree that getting money is getting easier, or do we disagree that it's getting emptier? And what do it even mean to make anything anymore? My boy David in here too. What up, Dave? Holla at me later, Dave. I'm gonna get at you, my man. We're gonna play some more chess later. But that's gonna do it. Episode number 5, week number 5. Man, this year is starting to go past us quickly already. It's already the 5th week. It seemed like it was just yesterday. It was the new year. It's already 5 weeks in. That's crazy. The next time we do this, it will be a new month. We got some time ahead of then to think about what we want the next month to look like. I know I've been spending a little bit of extra time brainstorming and spending a little bit of extra time thinking about what I want my February to look like, what kind of projects I want to take on in February, what kind of outcomes I want to manifest in February. So, shoot, before we get up out of here, y'all got some time to think about that thing too. Before February come, January just about over now, right? We got a little heads up before February get here. What you want your February to look like? You can put it in the chat if we got some time before I shut the stream down. What you want your February to look like? We got some time to get ready for it before it get here. I know I got some things that I'm working on here to continue to grow the show and to take this to new levels. Because it's not just for me, but I want to be able to show people, how we can take this AI thing to another level, how we can use AI as a tool to do doper things. I built a whole late night talk show by myself, just using AI as an assistant, so it's just, we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with this thing. She said, I want to start spring cleaning. Hey, that's not a bad idea too. We get a head start on some spring cleaning before that warm season come in. It ain't gonna be long either. The warm season will be here before we know it. Can we get the 2K? What's that, likes or viewers? January felt like a whirlwind. Got to use February to reset and grow. Yeah, I feel like a lot happened in January. January came by quick, and it was a lot. I would say that. February is going to be a good grounding month. I would say that. Can we get the likes up to 2K? Hey, man, I'm surprised we got this, man. I ain't been paying attention. We got way more than I thought there. We up to 11 right now. I appreciate everybody who been hitting the likes there. I ain't even paying attention. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for sending the rose too. See, I appreciate the support, man. Y'all make this a lot more fun than it would be without y'all. Cause we just chilling in here. The algorithms still want to figure me out, and who they want to push me out to. Cause I see sometimes like it'll push me out and it'll like bump me up to like 2 or 3 random viewers, and then like sometimes I don't get nothing. And it's cool. We figuring it out. And plus, I still ain't really did no like real marketing or like outreach kind of thing to like try to like attract any viewers yet. I'm still just turning the camera on and seeing what it is and seeing what it do and seeing what I can do to make it work the way I want to make it work. So if you here now, I appreciate you being a part of the early stage of this thing. And man, it's only going to get better from here. If you watch it now, it's only going to get better from here. All right, we got 5 minutes till midnight here on the East Coast. I think we're going to go ahead and get ready to wrap this thing up then. And we're going to see if we can come up with some better ways to make some money. Is Chula on next week? I bet you we could get Chula on next week. I'm going to talk to her manager. She kind of hard to get sometimes. Chula, she is kind of a diva, if you didn't know. The algorithm game is a blessing and a curse. Yeah, we're gonna see how that go. see if the algorithm start liking us better. But I know one of the things that the algorithm likes is consistency. So that's why I've been making it a point to, at the very least, we gonna show up and we gonna be here every Thursday night. Now bonus nights, I do like the idea of bonus nights. Every once in a while, you might get me on a Saturday or a Tuesday or a Friday, whatever. If it's a good time for it, and we got the time and the energy and the interest in something like that, we can make bonus nights happen. But at the very least, for consistency's sake, we can count on Thursday nights to be a thing. We'll be here and we'll be talking and we'll be chopping it up, making it happen. We're going to see if we can get Chula on for next week. I ain't going to bother Chula right now. She doing Chula things. We'll see about that. I don't want to overwork her yet. We still got to get her contract and her, her splits figured out before we do too much for Chula on the screen. We're almost at 2K. Shoot, man, y'all been doing the damn thing there. Yeah, see, it's almost up. Oh, we at 18. Shoot, we got a couple viewers over on the Twitch side. What's up on the Twitch? I've had one viewer sitting there on the Twitch this whole time who ain't said nothing. Shout out to the one viewer on Twitch. If you don't want to say nothing, you ain't got to say nothing. I ain't going to force you to. But it is funny just to see that one person sitting there. 1999. There you go. It just hit 2000. All right. That's what's up. And you sent a little confetti too. I appreciate that. Hey, let's see. Okay, yeah, we did it. 2K. I see it's at 2001 now, so we did it. We got there. That's what's up. I'm waiting to see some more people come through too, cause it's funny how that follower I got at the top, the follower goal. We had 161 out of 222. It's funny how that be creeping up too, cause like it don't even happen when I'm live. Like it'll be just like random people who pick up throughout the week who be like, yeah, I think I'll follow that. When I first put that goal up there, it was still at like 150. So it's already up to 161. It's just kind of funny how that go. Like it's been crawling. I noticed that number been creeping up slowly. We at 161 right now on the TikTok. That's what's up. Where we at on YouTube while I'm on here? Before I close it out, what's the tube looking like? What's the tube looking at? We got 564 on YouTube. So yeah, we going up, y'all. We going up. And it is officially midnight now. I think that's just as good a time as any if we wanted to shut this thing down. So, all right, that's going to do it for tonight. Again, we might get on here another time before next week, but at the very least, y'all going to be able to catch me here again next Thursday. And we're going to find another interesting topic and make it happen again. Until then, y'all be easy. Take it easy out there. Hope y'all have a good one.